Listen, this is Bishop Andy C. Lutheran. This is WGBB 1240 AM. You are listening to the Bishop's Corner with Bishop Stephanie Riddle Green and myself. We are excited about going into the second half of this particular program, but we want to remind you that the telephone number here is 631-888-8811. That number again is 631-888-8811. We welcome, invite, and encourage your calls. We would like you to be part of this enterprise and this broadcast tonight. And so if you give us a call, say hello to us and say hello to our guests as well. You may have a question that you want to share or that you want to raise. We invite you to do so. Again, that number is 631-888-8811. Our guest for the second half of this program is Ana Garcia Ashley. She is a member of the Camellia Foundation, and she comes to us tonight with over 30 years of community organizing. She has recently come to our community, more specifically Suffolk County. She has aligned herself with the Long Island Organizing Network, the Lion Network. She is the new community organizer for the Lion organization. She brings a wealth of information, a great deal of inspiration, and we're excited to have her within our ranks. She will be working from the town of Dublin all the way out to Riverhead. As a matter of fact, she was in Riverhead earlier this evening, and I certainly, Sister Ashley, appreciate you taking the time, traveling from Riverhead, getting back here. By this time, I know that the weather is rather inclement, and so I thank God for your safe arrival. Say good evening to us tonight.
Good evening. I'm blessed to be here. I'm back on Long Island. I was here 5 years ago when Reverend Coverdale and I and so many wonderful people, we began to look at this ministry of congregational-based organizing with the Camellia Foundation. So I'm just delighted to be back, and thank you so much, Bishop.
We're glad to have
Bishop
you.
for inviting me.
We are so happy to have you. So, as you have just indicated, this is not your first time on Long Island. You have a long history with Long Island. So kind of tell us about that history and how you came to this point where you are.
Well, we in the Camellia Foundation have been organizing since 1968. So we're based in Chicago, and we have organizations across the country. As you know, since you're being organizations in Ohio and other states, we are in 21 states, and we have 60 organizations, congregational-based organizations across the country. We have 4 in South Africa and 3 in Great Britain. So I was actually, as a Camellia Foundation, I was born in the Bronx.
The Bronx.
I have the Bronx.
That's how they say it.
We had to put that out there.
Yeah.
I'm a Dominican York. But I actually started organizing in Denver, Colorado, and then was assigned to Wisconsin and organized in Wisconsin. And Sustainable Long Island had a wonderful pastor, Patrick Dugan. I'm pretty sure.
I know Patrick Dugan.
Yes, and he is very convincing and incredibly talented. And he had a vision for a congregational-based organization on Long Island and invited the Camellia Foundation. And I was the one that was sent here. And so with the support of Sustainable Long Island, with the support of Reverend Coverdale and so many pastors, we began to look at building this organization. And of course, you have taken it to a different level now.
Well, thank you. As the lead organizer for Lion organization and returning to the area, what do you see now that you didn't see 5 years ago when you started, or what did you see then that you don't see now? As you contrast and compare Long Island of 5 years ago with Long Island now, talk to us about what you see.
Well, when I came first to organize, I saw congregations that were doing a lot, but they were doing a lot in almost like in silos. There was so much going on, and I think was so exciting that when I attended your meeting, and I just came from the meeting in Riverhead, is that there are congregations. That you have the Baptists, you have the Episcopal, the Presbyterian, the Catholic, everybody sitting around the table, just looking at the issues, and really not just talking about service, and not just talking about the Band-Aids and let's just get a little food bank. They're talking about how dollars are spent, how we change ordinances, how we're getting engaged and really impacting the powers and principalities. So I'm very happy to follow the last guest because he's talking about the impact that government has. in the churches are in there, really bringing the power of values and faith into the public arena. And I'm just really excited. I was blown away.
And that's what I want to kind of follow up on before I invite Bishop Green to raise a question or two. And that is, our last guest gave us a governmental and a local municipality perspective on the resolution of problems. What do you see the faith community doing that is unique that other municipalities and political organizations are unable to do?
I think that we are unique because we look at the whole community.
Okay.
When I first came here, we had as many immigrants as we do now, but they were invisible. And to the faith community decided we have a population here that needs to be served. We have brothers and sisters who need to be documented, who need to be part of our community.